What's up, YouTube? Mini Minchino here, and welcome back to the Minnycast. For those who are new, this is the weekly podcast blog type show where I share with you some updates and just sort of ramble about something for a while. And a couple things of note first, I do have a little bit of a cold, so I apologize for any sniffling and grossness that I'll try to edit out. And also, I've decided to try a little bit of an experiment, having some Minecraft footage in the background. If you guys are down with that, let me know. If you guys are down with just the still image like usual, let me know and I'll go back to that. Or if you guys want to see other games in the background, also let me know. It's kind of down to preference, to be honest, and I just figured might as well try a little bit of a change with the Minnycast. But if nobody likes it, I'll go back to the other way, because, I mean, that way is technically easier. But anyway, moving on. First note of business is a little bit on the sour side. But some of you may know this already, from either just talking to me or watching my last, Unknown Empire video. Almost 2 weeks ago. By the time this is going up, it'll be 2 weeks ago tomorrow. My aunt passed away. She hadn't been doing very well for like over a year. And, yeah. Everybody's just kind of been, trying to deal with it as best they can, but it's been rough. And that is kind of the reason why videos on my channel have been out of whack lately. And I do apologize for that. But at the same time, I can't ignore what's going on. I have no intention to. And I just want to try to be there for my family and, you know, anybody else that, you know, needs either a listening ear or just, you know, I'm just trying to be there for everybody and, you know, excuse me, do what I can for them, which ain't much, unfortunately, but yeah. But moving on from that still, that's honestly just about the only update. There hasn't really been anything else going on, aside from the fact that I decided to pick up the bass again. And that's pretty much the topic for this week, is reclaiming something I lost. I wanted to kind of have something at least kind of positive going on in this video, because it's just so much, to be honest with you. And yeah, I want to have something a little bit more positive going on. So at the risk of seeming really insensitive, I'm just gonna dive into that, because I don't want to bring you guys down. I really don't. So I decided after a long time to pick up the bass again, and the reason I stopped in the first place was partly due to, you know, depression and stuff, and not being able to master some of the skills that I wanted to master and have had trouble mastering since the very beginning. And yeah, other part, just dealing with people that had high expectations of my skill level and stuff like that, and didn't really respond in a positive way when I couldn't meet their expectations, and it became more about that than enjoying the music itself. So anytime I would jam with even my brother, who wasn't doing any of that intentionally, I'm gonna, especially since I'm kind of naming the person, they weren't doing it intentionally, but it was kind of happening, and you know, it just became really difficult when I couldn't play the things that they could play, that him and other people could play, and it just sort of killed it for me. It wasn't really intentional on anyone's part, to be honest. A lot of it was just kind of me internalizing it, and it just kind of, yeah, I was too hard on myself, essentially, more so than, it was more on me than it was on them, to be fair, is basically what I'm trying to say. more on me than it was on other people, and even my brother, kind of thing. Because, like I said, he wasn't doing it intentionally. Nobody was doing that intentionally. But it was happening, and it it became really difficult for me emotionally to even pick up the bass and even try to play. So I ended up stopping because I cared too much about what other people thought about how skilled I was or what I could do or couldn't do or whatever. I put far too much thought into that. So, yeah. After almost 7 years, roughly, I decided that I was going to pick it up again. And I've been practicing for a little over a week now, and to be honest, dropping that BS of who gives, about who cares about what, dropping that and just, playing, just trying to learn a song, just doing my thing. It was really fun, and I felt really good just reclaiming that. Even if I don't go nowhere with it, even if I don't really get very good at it or whatever, like, I'm gonna still try, and I'm gonna still enjoy something that I really, really loved back in high school, that got me through a lot of things back in high school, and, just really was a really big part of my life for a long time. And I lost that because of my own insecurities, I guess. And I'm, trying to get that back and just enjoy music again, because, like, why not? It's something that I enjoyed, it's something that I did a lot of, and I might make a video talking about, like, some of the most fun I've had with it, which included my my co-op placement in music therapy. That was a great time, probably the best time I've ever had playing bass, and it was literally just me chilling with a group of kids, just letting them literally feel the music because they were deafblind, and the bass was perfect for that because they could literally feel that, and it was great. And just learning all kinds of things. It wasn't just music that I was learning down there. It was just all kinds of stuff, and it was great. So I might consider making a video on that one day. But the point is during that time, I had a whole lot of fun, both during that placement and outside of that placement. But, and I don't think I've ever played that much bass that year. I've played more bass that year than I have had any other year to this day. And it was great. It was really great. It was really fun. And I didn't have to worry about whether or not I sounded good, or whether or not, whether or not I got that chord progression right, or whether or not I hit the note directly on beat. I tried to, of course, but, if I missed it, it was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna save it as best I can for the next beat that comes along, It's just pretty much like, oh, bummer, moving on, And that's what it should have been all along. It's just kind of, acknowledge whatever mistake you make, but then, learn from it and carry on and have fun with it from that point on, And that's what that was, and that's what it stopped being after a while, and that's what killed it for me, is stuff like that. And, I'm trying to do my best to learn stuff. I mean, it took me about a week to sort out Paranoid, and now I'm learning Iron Man, and I'm trying to work my way through it. I'm a little bit rusty on sheet music and stuff, but I have this book that my uncle gave me, and it's a book full of, like, bass parts for a lot of Black Sabbath songs, and it's amazing, actually. It's really, really awesome, and I'm glad that of all the things music related that I lost, that was not one of them. I am so happy that I kept that book, and I was really happy to just, like, just sort of jump back into it, and just, I'm just trying to relearn everything as I go, and just trying to figure it all out. It's taken me a little bit longer because it is hard to read that book, not having great vision at all. But, I'm doing my best, I'm having fun with it, and to be honest, that's the important thing to me. And I think that is something anybody can take away from this. if there is something you haven't either, haven't been able to do for whatever reason, or have wanted to do for a long time that you haven't, like, had the chance to do, take that time and do it. If it's like, oh, I haven't gotten into drawing for a while, that actually is something I have not done in a long time that I should consider doing again too. Is drawing, because that was really fun. I was never very good at it, but it was fun, and I did not care if people didn't like my art. Now, I should do that again, because it was fun. If there's something like that, like even if it's just like reading a book, or something you haven't really done in a long time, like just, or watching a show with somebody that you haven't seen in a long time, just reclaim that. Just kind of be like, this is something that I want to do, and I'm gonna do it, and have fun with it. Why not? Even if it's only like one time, just have fun with it, And I feel like that's something everybody needs in their lives once in a while. And, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know where else I'm going with this, to be honest with you guys, but I just feel like reclaiming that thing that you may have lost might really do some good in your life, Sometimes it's good to go back to stuff, and even if it's just to reflect for a little while, or in my case, start fresh and do something new, and, just get back to that old stuff that you loved, and just put a new spin on it. That's what I intend to do. I don't know if I'm gonna make videos, like bass videos. I think that'd be fun, and I did do that at one point actually, but you couldn't really hear the bass very well unless you wore headphones, and my setup is very similar to how it was back then, so I don't really think that's happening in the future, because I was not satisfied with that, to be honest with you. So maybe in the future, maybe. But for now, I'm just going to be practicing on my own, having a good time with it, and doing my thing. And I think you guys should do your thing with whatever it is that you choose to do. Now, I'm going to quit rambling, and I'm going to go ahead and let you go for today. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry the Minnycast was on the wrong day as well, but, everything's out of whack, so it's fine. I do hope you enjoyed it, though, regardless, and please feel free to check out any other series I have on this channel, as well as joining the Minchino clan on Discord if you haven't done that already. But if you don't want to, that is cool, but it is a really good way to be able to chat with me, other peeps, and, leave channel suggestions, like Let's Plays or Minnycast topics. But if you don't want to, you can leave them either here in the comments or on Twitter. Whatever works for you. It's all good. But anyway, you guys, until next time, Minny out.